They say life begins at 70, but what if that's not the full truth? What if the common signs we associate with aging, slower movement, brittle bones, sagging strength, aren't inevitable at all? What if they're symptoms of something simpler, incomplete knowledge? Imagine you're 75, and one morning you find yourself struggling to carry the laundry basket, the same one you used to haul without a second thought. You chalk it up to age, but beneath the surface, something else is happening. A silent thief has been robbing you for decades. Muscle loss. And what no one ever told you is that it's reversible. Let me share with you what I've learned after 35 years in medical practice and over 2 decades researching muscle degeneration in seniors. I've treated thousands of patients. I've read every major clinical study, and I can tell you, muscle loss after 70 isn't destiny. It's the result of years of nutritional neglect, specifically protein deficiencies, and 5 critical proteins that nearly every senior misses. This video is not about a shortcut or a supplement you saw on late-night TV. This is evidence-based, experience-backed, practical, and powerful. And by the time you finish watching, you'll know exactly how to reclaim your body, step by step. Let me introduce you to Helen. At 84, she was diagnosed with sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. She had been falling frequently, losing her balance, struggling with simple tasks. Her primary care physician told her, "That's just part of aging." But I disagreed. We conducted a complete nutritional analysis and discovered that Helen, like many her age, was consuming less than 40 grams of protein daily, far below what her body needed. Her meals were mostly carbs and sugars, toast, applesauce, tea, crackers. Easy to chew, yes, but catastrophically low in muscle-preserving nutrients. So we began Helen's recovery with what I call the 5-protein protocol. Within 6 months, she wasn't just walking confidently, she was gardening, lifting light weights, and doing light yoga. How? Because we reintroduced what her body had been starving for: 5 critical proteins consumed in a medically optimized rhythm. Let's begin with the first: leucine-rich proteins. Leucine is an essential amino acid, a master trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Think of it like the ignition key. Without it, your body cannot build or retain muscle, no matter how much general protein you consume. Most seniors rely on chicken, rice, toast, and pasta. The leucine content, insufficient. The solution? Eggs, specifically whole eggs with the yolk. Also, cottage cheese, turkey breast, and edamame. Each of Helen's breakfasts was redesigned to include 2 whole eggs, sautéed spinach, and a spoonful of ricotta cheese. Within weeks, her strength began to return. The second protein, collagen. This isn't just about skin or beauty, it's about structural integrity. Your joints, ligaments, and connective tissues depend on collagen to hold your skeleton together. Without enough collagen, muscles detach from tendons. Pain increases, mobility decreases. Helen's daily lunch included homemade bone broth, simmered for 24 hours with marrow bones, apple cider vinegar, turmeric, and pepper. Collagen peptides were added to her morning tea, and within 2 months, her knee pain, once constant, had reduced by over 70%. The third critical source: complete plant proteins. I know what you're thinking. Plants? Really? But when combined properly, plant proteins can be not only complete, but also anti-inflammatory and gut healing. Helen's diet included a rotation of quinoa, lentils, amaranth, and black beans. One of her favorite dishes became a red lentil dal with turmeric, ginger, and brown rice, a recipe rich in all 9 essential amino acids. Combined with fermented vegetables, it also restored her gut microbiome, improving nutrient absorption and reducing bloating. The fourth source is what I call the emergency fuel: whey protein isolate, easily digestible, rapidly absorbed, and extremely bioavailable. Helen's mid-morning shake consisted of a scoop of unflavored whey isolate, blended with unsweetened almond milk, cinnamon, and a frozen banana. That shake alone gave her 25 grams of protein and triggered a surge in muscle repair. But timing mattered. We ensured she consumed it within 30 minutes after physical activity, when her muscle cells were most receptive. And finally, the fifth, egg white protein. Slow digesting, zero fat, and incredibly efficient. This was her evening recovery. I had her eat a frittata made with 4 egg whites, mushrooms, and herbs, paired with a small baked sweet potato. Why? Because nighttime is when your body goes into repair mode. Feeding it a slow-release protein ensures you wake up less stiff, less sore, more mobile. These changes didn't just rebuild Helen's body, they transformed her life. She went from being housebound to joining a walking group, from painkillers to pain-free, from depression to joy. Now let me bring in the science. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association in 2021 concluded that older adults who consume at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight maintain more muscle mass even without exercise. That means a 70-kilogram senior should aim for at least 84 grams per day, divided across 3 meals, not in one dose, not just at dinner. It's about consistent delivery. You might wonder, what about kidney health? Isn't high protein dangerous? Not unless you have pre-existing kidney disease, and even then, moderated intake with medical supervision is completely safe. In fact, muscle loss is more dangerous. Sarcopenia leads to falls, hospitalizations, and even early death. It weakens the immune system and contributes to insulin resistance. Rebuilding muscle is not vanity. It's a medical priority. Let's talk about exercise briefly. You don't need to lift heavy weights. Body weight resistance, like standing from a chair, wall push-ups, resistance bands combined with protein timing is enough to trigger muscle synthesis. But without protein, exercise is just stress. So what's the formula I give my patients? Morning, 25 to 30 grams of protein. Lunch, 30 to 35 grams. Evening, 20 to 25 grams. Total, 80 to 90 grams. Sources, whole eggs, collagen-rich soups, lentil quinoa bowls, whey isolate, egg whites, Greek yogurt. And if chewing is hard, use smoothies, blended soups, soft proteins. There is always a solution. I want you to write this down. Muscle is the organ of longevity. Yes, your heart is critical. Yes, your brain matters. But without muscle, you lose function. And when you lose function, you lose independence. If you're watching this and you feel overwhelmed, let me simplify it for you. Start your day with protein. Eat real food. Focus on leucine, collagen, and variety. Track your grams. Eat with intention. You are not powerless. If Antonio in Italy can do it with a garden and a goat, if Ruth in St. Louis can do it from a nursing home bed, and if Helen can do it after being told she was too old to recover, you can do it too. Type in the comments right now, "I reclaim my strength," and share this message. You might save someone from a fall, from a surgery, from losing their joy. This isn't just about aging well. This is about living fully. Your best years don't begin at 70. They begin the moment you stop believing decline is inevitable. Choose strength, choose knowledge, choose life. And I'll see you at 90, lifting, dancing, and walking tall. Comment below, "I reclaim my strength." Let's build this movement, one muscle at a time.